Hey, greetings everyone. Glenn Kellaway from the basement. It is Thursday around lunchtime while I'm recording this. First of all, some housekeeping. The series of videos, Desert Island, whatever, has been canceled. You know the old days you used to watch TV shows on the networks and then after a couple of years the show would get canceled because no one was watching? That's what happened. Not very good response on that, and I do appreciate the ones who hung in there with me and always hang in there with me. I love you all. Secondly, I need to give a shout out to my good friend Sam St. John. Big time congratulations, and also just to give you guys kind of a hint to get over there. Sam's channel is called Americana Sam. He snatched an interview with a frigging big star, Tommy James. I was surprised when Sam put a thing on his channel saying, I got a big announcement. I interviewed this dude. I'm thinking he's interviewing, some guy from the Wood Brothers or something who, it's cool, but not like, wow. Tommy James, and it was a great interview. Sam did a great job of interviewing. And I hate people, they talk over the guy they're interviewing, and they interrupt them. Whatever. Sam just was perfect. He is made for that role. I hope he gets some more interviews because it was epic. Tommy James is a big, big star, man. Tons of hit records. So go over to Americana Sam if you haven't watched that interview. It is fantastic. Tommy James had quite an interesting career on Roulette Records, tied up with a mob and everything. It's a pretty cool story. They're actually, I'm going to let you watch it. I'm not going to give anything away. So today, I wanted to talk about, I don't even sure how I'm going to title this. I just want to talk about how I tripped over certain artists and became fans of them. How did I found these people who were just, who the hell knew who they were? How did you find them? So I'm going to start with this interesting dude. His name's Colonel Bruce Hampton. If any of you guys know this guy, Aquarium Rescue Unit, the Hampton Grease Band, he had a whole bunch of bands. He's like the Frank Zappa of Southern rock jam from the Athens, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia area. I just finished reading his biography. Actually, this is it, Colonel Bruce. That's him. Now he is unfortunately most famous for dying on stage at his 70th birthday party at the Fox Theater in Atlanta, in front of an audience when he was playing. He used to do stuff on stage like he would fall down, he would clutch his heart, and he did all kinds of weird stuff on stage. And unfortunately, at the end of the show, they were playing a song, and he collapsed. And the band kept playing for 4 minutes while he's laying there, his arm over top of a monitor, and he had a heart attack. And they took him to the hospital and he died. It's 70th birthday party. What a way to go for a rock guy, eh? So anyway, Colonel Bruce is just a legend. And so many people owe debts to their career from Derek Trucks and, oh man, there's just tons of them. The guys in Fish, everybody just worships this dude. Anyway, he in the 60s, his Hampton Grease Band, I think it was, they went to New York City and were hanging around there at the same time Frank Zappa was doing his residence at that club, whatever it was, that I can't remember. Anyway, got friendly with Frank, and he is kind of, they called like the Southern Frank Zappa. That's what they kind of call this dude. He's quirky in the same way Frank is. Musically, he runs the show. He directs everyone. It's very similar to a Zappa thing. And anyway, I discovered him. Big fan of Bela Fleck and the Flecktones. In the early 90s, I would follow Bela Fleck around like the Deadheads followed the Grateful Dead. And I saw Bela Fleck and the Flecktones all over the place. My wife Lynn and I drove to South Carolina to a festival called the Horde Festival. And Bela was there. And the band that comes on is Colonel Bruce Hampton and the Aquarium Rescue Unit. Now, little known at the time to me, I didn't know who these guys were, but they blew me away. O'Teal Burridge was on bass. I didn't know. I didn't know it at the time. Ended up, O'Teal's a great bass player. Played with the Allman Brothers and a bunch of other stuff. Jimmy Herring, who's now with Widespread Panic, is just a great guitar player. He was there. Matt Muncy, I think, was the dude playing guitar. He had like an electric mandolin and just, incredible. They were just incredible. Blew me away. It was I've never forgot them. And I found their album, Colonel Bruce Hampton and the Aquarium Rescue Unit. This is a live album, and it is fantastic stuff. It's kind of soulful, rock, bit of gospel-y feel to it. Whatever. Now, I want to direct you to a documentary that's free to watch on YouTube. You got to watch this documentary. It's one of the best music documentaries I've ever watched. It's called Basically Frightened, The Musical Madness of Colonel Bruce Hampton. He wasn't really a colonel. His grandfather or uncle or something was a colonel, and then they nicknamed Colonel when he was a kid. But excellent read. Really a cool dude. And great story. Watch the biography. Unreal. So that's number one. Number two, Peter Case. Anybody into Peter Case? Singer-songwriter. He was born in the Buffalo, New York area. Grew up there. And he ended up learning guitar and taking off and hitchhiking to the West Coast and starting kind of a punk rock band. I forget what they were called. And then they split up, and he ended up in a band called the Plimsouls, which are really good, almost like a garage rock band, really good. And then went on a solo career. He's put out a ton of albums. He's a really talented dude. This is his first solo album, Peter Case. This is my favorite one. It's called Blue Guitar. It's a fantastic record, really good. It's got a bit of blues, a bit of folk, a bit of singer-songwriter stuff. He's so talented, great guitar player. Now, how did I figure out Peter Case? I was reading Canada's national newspaper, the Globe and Mail, back in the 80s, late 80s, I would say. And they had... in one part of the paper, they had little reviews on records coming out. Just the tiniest little reviews, ridiculous. And I see Ry Cooder's name, just glancing, and I see the name Ry Cooder, and I'm a huge Ry Cooder guy. Like, if he's on it, I'm in. And I saw that they mentioned this album and said something, but I can't even remember what the reviewer said about it, but they mentioned that Ry Cooder was on it, and instant purchase, and just have been in love with Peter Case ever since. I got a chance actually to tell Peter that story, and he was quite interested in hearing how I discovered him. I've met him a few times. He's great, and he still performs and goes all around the country. He's just an amazing dude. How about Kate Bush? Any Kate Bush fans? I just found out yesterday that I think this is my favorite Kate Bush album. It's called Ariel. It's a double album on vinyl. I seen it's being reissued in audiophile format, I guess you'd call it, on vinyl. So I might just have to pick that up at some time, because I really dig this album. And I also have Hounds of Love, which arguably is her best album, and The Dreaming. Now, they're the only three I had. I've had more. She's really quirky. Like, some stuff I love and some stuff I don't like at all. Hounds of Love, if anybody wants to check into Kate Bush, is the album I would start with. But Kate Bush, I never heard of Kate Bush and I wasn't really into Peter Gabriel either until this Soul album came out, and I was hearing Sledgehammer on the radio, and then I bought this album, and then there's Don't Give Up on there with the guest vocalist, the singer. I'm going, who is that? What a beautiful voice. What a great performance. It was Kate Bush. That's how I got it. That was it. Warren Zevon, one of the greats. My buddy Gordon and I, we used to go down to Sam the Record Man all the frickin' time and just look through records and whatever it was. Warren Zevon. We see this record sitting in a pile of new records, and we're Jackson Browne fans. That's all we know. Produced by Jackson Browne. I didn't buy it. My buddy bought it right away and took it home, only because it said produced by Jackson Browne, and discover a great talent like Warren Zevon. Fantastic. Always read your the info on albums. You'll never know what you'll come up with. What else have I got? One more. Nick Cave. Now, I was very happy to see my buddy Alex at Beer and Vinyls really getting into a deep dive on Nick Cave, and he is such a great artist. I discovered Nick Cave watching the show Peaky Blinders. Did anybody watch? One of the best shows ever on TV? British, it's about this gang in Britain. It's so good. Anyway, the theme song for that is called Red Right Hand. And I kept watching the show every day. I'm just hooked on it, and I keep hearing this theme song, and it's just, I'm going, I love that. Finally, I looked it up. Gentleman's name was Nick Cave. I found the best of Nick Cave in a used CD bin, bought it, kind of went, ooh. But I loved that Devil's Right Hand, but I just went, oh, I'm not sure. And then somebody said, try The Boatman's Call. And I got this, and I went, yeah, this guy's good. Really good. Now, I'm turning into a Nick Cave guy now. Now, he's another guy. Sometimes it's hard to listen to. Sometimes it's brilliant. But I got a lot of stuff from Nick Cave, man. I'm a big fan. Nocturama. This is really good. It's just Nick Cave and a piano playing all his songs. It's really intimate and really a beautiful recording. Idiot Prayer. Ghosteen. You know, Nick Cave, unfortunately, has lost 2 sons early in life. One in a drowning accident, and I think one was a drug overdose. But wow, I mean, just so sad. And he wrote this album and performed it. It's called Ghosteen. It is the most emotional, hard to listen to record you've ever heard in your life, but it is just so good. It's just, it's amazing. And another one that might be one of my favorites is Let Love In. Now, I don't have any Nick Cave on vinyl, which is really bad for me. I need to do that. I also have these which I think are really just full of great stuff. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds B-sides and rarities. There's like, I think you can buy a box set, but I have the 2 sets. One is a 2 CD set, and the other one's a 3. So there's like 5 CDs of where he does all kinds of crazy stuff and some just brilliant stuff on here. I just love this stuff. Yeah, so Nick Cave. That's another one. I'm sure there's a ton of artists like that, but that's it for today. And thank you so much. Let me know if you've discovered, if you've kind of tripped over some artists that you've grown to love. I will talk to you on Friday. Take care.